I'm LewisLightning. You might remember me from such episodes as number 27, Perfect Casting Choices, and number 6, Hidden Gems, Volume 1. Tonight we're talking about our year in review for movies here on Wasted Opinions. With me tonight is the always lovely
CountryBoy.
And on my other side here we have the joy of Yellowhead County.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. MussKeg. I guess we're talking in deeper voices now.
Infinity War reference, I'm guessing.
No, Lou's talking in a deeper voice.
I'm trying to do more of a baritone.
Like this.
So yes, we are looking at 2018. Everything we saw for movies this year. We're going to first start by looking back. The start of the year, we all kind of made little predictions of what we were going to probably like the most.
Anticipated, yeah. Most anticipated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Top 5 anyways.
So we're going to go through that list, see how they all matched up, talk about other things that were a favorite of the year. But to get things rolling, we're going to do a shot. Jägermeister Spice.
We had to mix it up. Do shots this time.
Okay.
That was your first time trying that.
That's pretty good.
Better.
That is pretty good.
That is better.
That is better than the original.
So yes, we will start by going through our lists of last year.
When you said we're going to do our movies, I mean, you didn't say our games too.
Yeah, we'll be doing our games afterwards. Yeah. Okay. So
our movies first.
We will start with. I believe you went first.
I did go first. Yeah.
So hold on. I'm looking at the games here. Your number 5 pick for movies last year
was
Venom.
Yes, I did see that movie, and I was really I wasn't hugely anticipating this movie. I was just kind of like tentatively like looking forward to it.
What's a character? It was a character, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's because it's Venom. He's like the biggest cool character like in the MCU or in the Marvel universe, I should say. And you know what? The movie, it was kind of forgettable. It was okay. I didn't really expect too much of it either, so it was kind of like, it met my expectations, but it also didn't exceed them in any way. Like, it was pretty much what I thought it was, and
it kind of exceeded the box office expectations from what I heard.
Yeah, especially because the reviews for it were terrible, but people's reviews for it were great. Like, it's weird. It's a big divide.
So you are in the middle between the two?
I'm Nick. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was terrible. I thought it was okay. It was a watchable movie. I'll buy it. It was fun. It was some cool moments.
Do you want to see a sequel?
Honestly, because they set up for a sequel, yes, I do.
Okay. Tom Hardy, yay or nay as Venom?
Oh, he was great. He was probably the best part of the movie. I didn't like his ex-girlfriend. She was kind of boring. I didn't like her, but I liked him. He was pretty cool.
Your number 4. I know it's not out yet. Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph vs. Internet.
It's out.
Yeah, it is.
I watched it. Yeah, it was.
I haven't seen that. I do want to see that too.
It was good. It almost lives up to the first one.
Yeah.
I think the first one is such a great movie. There's a lot that it has to do to kind of live up to it. It doesn't fully reach the levels of the first one, but it does a lot of things really well.
It looked like they were trying to jam too much into it, though, from like the trailer.
Yeah, it does seem that way in the trailers, but what they did with the movie, it's very well contained.
Okay.
And I'll say the best part of the movie, you see a lot of it in the trailers, is with the Disney princesses.
Oh, okay.
They stole the movie. They stole the show. That was probably the best part.
I do want to see this movie, but I have a question, because the first one's all video games, but what's the Disney princesses? I mean, he's on the internet now. Yeah. So is it not really as game-centric?
It's not as game-centric. There is some games, like Vanellope goes into this racing game, and she really loves it. And then there's
Rocket League, probably.
No.
It's not really racing.
It's almost like a Grand Theft Auto meets it's a racing game though, and it's more like R-rated, but it's obviously a PG movie.
So I guess we'll go on to your number 3, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Disappointment.
That's what most of the reviews said too, but
I heard it was supposed to be like this horror movie, supposed to be a lot scarier than the last movie. That's what I was expecting. I went into it, and it didn't surprise me in any way. It was actually a bit of a letdown. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I expected more. I expected so much more out of it. It's just, I don't know.
I had high hopes for it too. I haven't seen it yet because the reviews are so bad, and I'm like, I get to see so few movies in a year now that
that was part of the reason I didn't see it. Is I'm like, I'll just wait for this one to come so I can watch it at home or something like that.
Set your expectations a bit lower than the last movie.
Yeah, because I really liked the last one. I was probably one of the few that, well, not one of the few, but
I love the last one too.
I mean, I didn't the first Jurassic Park, like the first trilogy, really.
Okay, yeah.
Jurassic Park and
Yeah.
the following. You know, I actually didn't really watch that much as a kid. I was one of the few who liked Jurassic Park.
Oh,
I've seen it,
all on board.
but
for
you know,
those
I
ones.
watched it in segments, so it never really had that pull for me.
Oh, okay.
So when I saw Jurassic World, I actually liked that one more than the first one.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah.
Okay.
From what I saw from reviews on Jurassic World, that basically that stuff you saw in the trailers where the islands, like a volcano goes off and it's breaking apart or some shit.
That's a small part of the movie.
They said that that's like really interesting in the beginning, but then it basically goes to like a mansion with dinosaurs in it.
Yes,
the rest
and
of the movie, right?
Yeah, it slowed it right down, and the people that die, like you're not surprised. Yeah, you don't care about these characters, and you're not surprised about the people that die. Usually, there's some characters that are like, oh no, in those movies, they're like, oh shoot, or like, holy crap, that was cool. Like, that didn't really happen in this one. It was like, oh, this rich bastard or that asshole died. Like, people you don't care about.
You didn't say.
Exactly.
Number 2 pick for your 2018 movies, Avengers Infinity War.
My favorite movie of the year, Avengers Infinity War. My new MCU favorite. It's the top of the list now. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Watching it again on video, I was like, yeah, there's a reason I love this in theater. It holds together so well. Like, every character has like such a good story arc. And you care about, like, whenever they jump from this story to that story, you care about every story. It's not like, oh, what's happening to Iron Man now? Or, oh, where's story? You're interested in every character in that whole movie.
There were some really good new interactions that weren't in the previous Avengers, like Iron Man and Doctor Strange. I thought had
Everything with the Guardians in the Galaxy.
I mean, biggest disappointment for me was just the lack of Hulk in it, I guess.
Yeah.
That would probably be lack of Hulk, lack of Ant-Man.
The trailer didn't...
Zero Ant-Man.
Because the trailer didn't show anything of... Or the trailer did show Hulk.
Yes.
And then we didn't get that.
They threw you off for that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in part of the second half. We don't know.
Yeah, I heard some rumors, like theories and everything like that.
But you know what? It was just so good all around.
I think it was the biggest movie of the year next to Black Panther, maybe?
Yeah, I think Black Panther's still number 1. I do have
I thought Infinity War beat it.
I'm not sure.
I do have to add on to it, but I'm going to be... I think we'll all be talking about it a little bit more
we'll
individually.
get down.
So your number 1, Incredibles 2, which is not your number 1, because you said Avengers Infinity War.
Yes. It's, honestly, Infinity War is still my number 1.
And you waited like 100 years.
But Incredibles 2 is right next to it. Honestly, Incredibles 2 lives completely up to the original movie. And I was so worried about that because I love the first movie so much. And then this movie came out, and it is like a perfect sequel. It's hard to believe because it came out 14 years after the first movie. For it to like be married to that one so well. It was just a great movie. I loved it. It was entertaining all the way through. And they kind of flipped the script a little bit. You know, the first movie was kind of about Mr. Incredible and like him like kind of getting his groove back. And this one was kind of about Elastigirl. And he was at home watching the kids.
Yeah, that's what the trailers.
And everybody gets their moment to shine. And Frozone's in there. It's just love it.
Frozone?
Great
Nice.
movie. Love
He
it.
was the best part about the first one.
Yeah, he was the good part. Anyway.
I like him.
So I like him, but
I guess we'll move on to my list now for movies. My number 5 pick hasn't come out. New Mutants. Might not ever come out from what we're hearing. It was
there was a trailer for it.
Yeah.
it was like over a year ago, I think.
Yeah. It's pushed back now. And I've just seen rumors. Might not come out at all. So with this Fox Disney merger, it could cancel a lot.
I'm wondering if maybe it'll like go straight to like the streaming device or something like that. Because I know like a few movies are doing that now. Like you see the preview for Mowgli.
Yeah, and
that was originally going to be a theater movie, but
So
they find that it's kind of, they can't really compete with Jungle Book because they smashed box office freaking records too. When they came out, they're like, well, we can't really compete with that. So Netflix kind of like bought it. Like, hey, we'll just put it on our device. So I'm wondering maybe they'll do something like that for New Mutants. Maybe when the new streaming device comes out for Disney, maybe they'll be like, hey, here's a movie for you guys to watch or something. Just a guess.
So my number 4 pick then, moving on, was Avengers Infinity War.
Oh yeah, you had a love. I remember that.
Yeah, you know what? It's because when I saw Civil War, which was also the Russo brothers doing a kind of bigger cast movie, they did it all right. I'm not gonna knock on it, but it just they can't focus like they did on Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was like the top of the top.
It's funny how you guys, that's your number. It's still Civil War. I thought was the best of all of them. But,
Civil War is like probably top 5 or top 6. But
top
I
1
agree.
for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Top 1, but yeah. So I wasn't as concerned about that.
I do think it's better than Civil War, even though there's more characters and maybe they get like obviously a little bit less time. It's a longer movie, but less development time. What I wanted to add on when you were talking about it was I liked how at least the big characters like your Captain America, Thor. I can't really say Iron Man. Maybe you guys can tell me about Iron Man, but they all had a moment when they showed up and you're like, that's fucking awesome. Like Captain America shows up.
His new nanobot suit.
Oh, I guess when he
it was on the
first
streets
shows
of like
up.
New York.
Yeah.
But when Captain America shows up in the train, it's like, that's fucking awesome. I love that scene. You just see the shadow and then they all kick their asses. Thor shows up with the fucking hammer and just...
At the
I
end,
just
it
hated
throws
how
out his chest.
How did they make Vision such a weak bitch in that?
He didn't do a whole lot.
Like, yeah, he was.
True, he didn't put up much
he
of
can
a
like
fight.
phase. He's got
Well,
that.
Yeah.
I don't. It was
'Cause, like,
You were caught off guard. I mean,
That was his first scene. They're caught off guard, and then he's damaged the rest of the film.
I
Yes.
guess, but no, I don't know. Still,
I'm just interested to see.
I hate the movie now.
I'm interested to see how many of these deaths are going to mean anything.
Yeah, how many are gonna stay, if any?
Yeah.
Is it gonna?
well, I just don't know how you keep some and you don't keep. I could see. I think they all get reversed, and then there could be death
Yeah,
again.
I could see, maybe the ones that died prior
Outside
to the snap.
Stone? Yeah.
Yeah, like Gamora. Don't think she's.
Well, that's the thing.
Spoilers alert, just in case.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, Gamora Vision died right before
Vision,
that.
I don't think
too.
is coming
Yeah.
back.
Loki's dead.
Loki's dead. That's what I.
Yeah, I think those are the ones that I can remember right off the head.
Yeah.
But
like the fact that there's sequels to Spider-Man.
But I'm
Yes.
also saying that even they bring all the ones that died in the snapback, there could still be some deaths after they bring
Yeah.
them back.
yeah, no, I totally.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you Captain America.
Well, it's
Or-
from what Chris Evans has been posting, it sounds like
Yeah.
he's done with it somehow.
Exactly. So he could be passing his shield on
They
to
did that with
Bucky or
like
something.
they do that with like Jon Snow and stuff like that too. Remember?
True.
Things.
My number 3 was Black Panther, which it's overall it ranks with.
I think
The
it got
bottom was
overrated.
overrated.
It's overrated because of
Overrated.
the time it came out.
It-
right? That's
It
the
did
social environment that it came
Yeah.
out of.
True.
like it had some interesting things. I mean,
I don't hate the movie. Like, I don't think it's a bad movie.
yeah.
But it's not as good as the reviews and what people are saying.
Well,
like, it's not.
There's some stuff you can.
Some people are
easily-
saying it could win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Not Oscar worthy. No.
No,
Not
like,
at all.
and there's some stuff like the CG. You can instantly say like that was bad at points, like
Yeah.
terrible. That whole fight scene at the end.
The rhinos, like, that looks fake.
Yeah,
Shit.
but-
Them fighting by the train there.
That's what I was talking about. The train on the underground,
Yeah.
the fight by the underground rail system was just like
Yeah.
underground railroad. Oh, now I get it. That was
Oh.
a reference the whole time.
Oh, shit! It was so much. Oh, now it's a great movie. Now it's a great
Okay, wait. Change this around completely.
Yeah.
Best MCU movie now and best movie of the year.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah, good idea.
It did stuff like
He's he's an Iron Man who listens to rap. That's all he is right there.
Yeah. But yeah, it did a lot to help bring more black actors into the mainstream. Like I did like
More
Letitia
diversity,
Wright.
yeah. That's
And I
great.
never heard of her before.
I
I
love
like Martin
Ulysses
Freeman.
Claw.
That's funny though. I like
Claw I thought was the best.
Claw
I
was
like Martin
awesome.
Freeman's use in the show. Actually.
Yeah.
The one white guy.
Exactly.
Oh, he's great.
I honestly thought Ulysses Claw was probably one of the best parts. It's too bad they killed off his characters. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
I did want to, just because I can't remember right now, and it kind of ties into something that happened this year, but what was Stan Lee's cameo in Black Panther?
Oh, man, I only saw it the one
He
time.
was
I can't
in
remember.
the casino.
That's what I'm guessing. That's
He
what it
was
was,
in the
right?
casino.
Casino,
Yeah.
okay.
But, so then my number 2 pick for the 2018 year,
I thought that was 2, no?
no, that was 3,
Oh, okay, my bad.
Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay.
It was very much like the first. I can't really knock it for anything.
No.
No, it
It
was,
improved on some things, fell back on others.
Like, I want to
you know.
say it played it safe, but
Yeah.
everything was so off the walls.
Yeah.
It's just like, you played it safe by being like the first one, which was
Yeah.
completely a risk.
It,
Which, I don't know.
it repeated itself in a good way.
It did have probably the funniest sequence in all of Deadpool movies with the,
All the deaths of the
the
X-Force.
deaths of the X-Force guys.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I could have used a little more T.J. Miller in it because I
little
thought
bit.
he was really good in the first one,
Yeah.
playing off him.
They kind of put in his taxi driver a little bit more than TJ.
Yeah, Kupinder.
Yeah.
Brolin was Grace Cable.
Watch our review. We reviewed Deadpool 2.
Yep.
I like that. Like that. I thought that kid, the fat kid, was good.
Yeah.
Like you don't see many big actors, and he was awesome. Anyways, number 1, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that was my number 1, and it's
Still
one of
is.
For this year.
For this year? Okay.
Yeah, it's my number one for the year. Probably like number 3 favorite MCU movie.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I don't know.
Well,
if
that's the
you guys
thing.
seen
Out
it.
of all the ones you guys have mentioned, that's the one that I haven't seen that I wish I'd seen the most.
Okay.
You know, out of the list.
Good thing you said that, and I won't say anything to
But
spoil
yeah,
it.
but
I'll say I liked it better than the first Ant-Man. I did like it, but I don't think it's as good as some of the like, top 5 or top 6
I like
MCU movies.
it's interesting because Ant-Man's slowly becoming my favorite guy in the MCU.
Oh, yeah,
as
he's
far as his
entertaining.
personality.
His character is entertaining as hell. I just don't think the movies around him are as good as
Yeah.
the other movies, right? He's one of the best characters, I think.
Obviously, I'm thinking his movies are because I put it up like number 3 MCU overall.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
like I don't know. I have to say I loved what they did with Ghost's character. Like that was kind of I like the villain. I like the actress in it. I'd never heard of her before, so that was totally new. But I'm not a huge fan of what's it, Goggles? No, that's not who I was talking about. She was good in it. But the other guy, what was his name? I'm trying to think of the actor's name.
Ironically enough, we just finished talking about Deadpool 2. I liked how they used some things from Ant-Man and the Wasp in I think either the trailers for Deadpool 2 or in Deadpool 2. Remember he finds that big
for the
he finds
promos.
the big Hello Kitty
Oh,
machine.
yeah.
But,
So I guess we'll move on to Walter Goggins. That's who I was thinking of. I didn't really like his character.
Oh yeah, his character was kind of
I don't think it really
throwaway.
needed to be there.
No,
I did like
Walton Goggins. I think his name's Walton.
B.D. Wong. Is that who that guy was? Was it B.D. Wong?
Oh, the dude that is like the not CIA guy, but whatever.
FBI or FBI
Is it
or
FBI?
something.
Whatever.
I
The
don't
dude that was always in like.
know. He was funny,
Yeah, he was.
and close-up magic was great.
no.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to MussKeg.
Yeah.
Number 5 was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
It just came out.
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Notoriously bad for getting out to see movies, so
I can say I've seen it.
yeah. And you've said you liked it more than the first one.
You know, I know you like the first one a lot.
Yeah.
And I thought
Well,
the first
I
one.
don't. It's not that I loved it a lot. I loved Harry Potter, read the books,
Yeah.
and it was a fresh new story for Harry Potter. So just going back into that magical world was what I liked so much.
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I thought
And I love Dan Fogler.
Dan Fogler, I love him too.
He was
I thought
amazing in the first movie.
a little underutilized in this one, which is a shame. But this movie, I feel like it's like the Empire Strikes Back of the these movies, kind of like it kind of has like a darker tone to it a bit, and it kind of sets a little bit of stuff up. So you're like, ooh, I want to see what's coming.
That's good because I think the first movie actually the last act was a little slow for me. I didn't like it as much.
I'll say this one: it starts off fast, middle is slow, and then the end is pretty fast too. So it's got a good start and end, and then middle is a little not the
Okay.
greatest, but it's a good. I love the movie. I thought it was great.
So I will be seeing it. It's like it's up there. My wife wants to see it really bad too, so that generally means we'll try and find a way to see it. But yeah.
I didn't see the first one. You brought it up, and then
Yeah.
after the fact, I think you borrowed it to me.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I watched
Well,
it.
you must still have it then.
I
I
liked
was looking for it the other day.
Okay, I do have it. I was gonna bring it back today. I forgot.
I was going to watch it before I went and saw the movie. I was like, where the hell's my movie?
But I actually liked it a lot, and that to me that was the kind of a great thing because I didn't like the last few Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
But Fantastic Beasts, like, well, this is a breath of fresh air. I really liked it, and now I do want to see the second one.
I just thought the first Fantastic Beasts, it didn't know what story it wanted to tell. Like, it had like
No.
this
Well,
is
The
that's-
visuals of it. Were,
the visuals are great. Yes,
Like
exactly.
his whole going into his suitcase was probably the
Oh, that's
coolest
awesome!
part of the
Like
whole
you got Newt's story trying to get all the creatures, then you got like the politician, the guy that dies, and then you got like the lady
Colin
with all
Farrell
the kids.
and
Yeah, and you're like, okay, there's all these things going on. It wasn't really for me, and then it kind of came together.
Yeah.
This one is a little more unified.
I kind of like Eddie Redmayne in that role because he's also
he's
kind of a weird look.
He's like
but- and
he's like our
attitude, and it
generation's
works.
the more modern generation's Hugh Grant. Is who Eddie Redmayne is.
Okay.
So we'll move on. Your number 4 pick
Yeah.
for the year. Or,
Super Troopers 2.
yeah, Super Troopers 2.
So I did watch this, and you know what? I was worried going into this movie because
I was.
Broken Lizard movies, I always think about them and I think, why do I find this movie funny? But it just is.
It is,
It's the
yeah.
one-liners, everything like that. I watched it. It was great. I mean, yeah, there was some goofy shit, a little goofier than the... But there were some amazing one-liners, like, you Farajaka motherfuckers, and
It's
it was not as good as the first, obviously.
It was surprisingly good.
It's not a whole lot worse than the first. either.
No. It was surprisingly
good, yeah.
For a movie that came out, what, 2002, 2003, or whatever it was?
2001, I think, even.
Yeah,
later,
this is like
yeah.
15, 16
Earlier
years
than that.
later.
Yeah.
And, they still made a very good follow-up
Yeah.
sequel. Like,
Yeah.
And I think it's because those guys haven't changed.
Yeah.
So,
pretty much, yeah. Like,
And all the sex scenes with Emmanuel.
and you love these characters.
She's
You love the characters. Like, they're established in the first movie, and then they continue the same characters.
And
in the
Farber's
second.
like not the bad guy in this one as much. He's just now he's just the annoying
He's just
friend.
annoying. Fuck off, forever.
And as Canadians, I loved, like, even though we were a joke, it was fucking funny. Oh, we burnt down your White House.
What was the one line? Is like they say the temperature in degrees Celsius. And they're like, what's that? It's like, well, you just add 32 and times it by 2 and join the rest of the fucking world.
Add 32 times it by 2 and join the rest of the fucking world.
My favorite part is when they were talking about Danny DeVito. That was my favorite part. Like, that's the same fucking guy.
You know what is that?
He's in
Your mama from the train?
Yeah, that's the same fucking guy.
No, he's just on the Sunny in Philadelphia show, you know.
I like that guy from Taxi.
They're watching Hockey Night in Canada. Yeah.
Will Sasso was great. What does he always do? He does like that, like, I was like, I can't remember, he does some kind of like grunt thing every single time.
Actually, it's funny.
The
The only guy I didn't really recognize was I guess the head mountie, the tall one. I recognized the other guy from Things, the other two, but
I think I've seen all on Things.
Yeah.
one dude was the dude from Come Here and Make a Porno,
I haven't seen
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your number 3,
Tyler
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2, fantastic. We don't want to talk too much about it, but we did a review, talked about it here. It was just as good as on par with the first one. Some things better, some
That's
things
what we
worse.
said in the review.
Can't complain.
Your number 2, which I heard you just recently
Yes,
saw.
yes.
Han Solo, a Star Wars story.
So,
Just Solo was sorry.
Solo,
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. I think I have the same opinions as maybe you guys on it, and it was.
Not Lewis.
Haven't seen it.
I think that whole movie could have been improved by just one simple thing being changed up. Get rid of the love story. You do not need the love story in it. That was, and the other thing, didn't like the guy they cast to play Han Solo. I didn't think he did that good of a job.
I didn't feel like he was Han Solo.
Yeah,
something like that.
Felt like he was trying to be the cocky guy, but it just didn't feel like he was Han Solo. Maybe nobody could do it.
I mean, Donald Glover nailed Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
Absolutely
For
nailed
sure.
it. But I mean, I liked the movie, but I didn't love it. Again, it's a movie I thought was okay.
I think Rogue One. I think the thing is, everybody's had Rogue One expectations.
Yeah.
And the thing we got to remember, one had a fundamental story that was tied into the very original trilogy.
Yeah.
That was
leads
people was
right
like,
into
oh, I love this. This is good in the
Yeah.
story. And so I think that it didn't, because it didn't have that. It just was like kind of people's origin, if you will.
Yeah.
And usually origin stories are great. It just didn't do that for me. I actually, yes, he was Donald Glover was fantastic as
Lando.
But I actually found I liked my favorite character was Woody Harrelson.
I knew you
I
were
was
going
gonna
to
ask you about
I
that.
knew you were going to say that. You have a fucking hard on for Woody Harrelson.
He's got Woody Rooney.
I got a heart. I got a wood on. I got a wood on for Donald Glover too.
See,
Like, Donald Glover was the whole.
I love Woody Harrelson. I thought his character was okay. I didn't think he was an amazing character. And I totally saw like the betrayal coming. Like it was not a surprise at all.
Yeah, it was.
Like, that's why I was like, it wasn't a big deal. But the one thing I did love was the hologram. I could say it. You can say it, I guess. That
was kind of lame. I was expecting to see I was expecting a Darth Vader sequence where he comes in instead of just seeing like.
I was excited to see Maul because
Yeah.
you haven't seen him in a live action movie since episode
Maul
1.
was cool because of his
Yeah.
fight sequences, not his monologues. So
Yes, I know. I'm just saying it's leading up to like if they do a sequel, he's gonna be
actually a guy that I thought was pretty underrated. Also was Paul Bettany as
he was cool. I like his
Dryden
character.
Voss. He was.
I will say it didn't feel like a Star Wars movie to me though.
Yeah, maybe
It
this
didn't
there wasn't
feel
a
like
single lightsaber.
That's probably why. But it just felt like, it didn't feel like they were like, I don't know. It didn't feel like the Empire. It didn't feel like they were.
Anyways,
part of the
it
resistance.
didn't meet my expectations.
No.
And this is probably to talk about a bit here because it's the first time we've been able to talk about.
Yeah,
it.
sorry. Yeah, but it was good. It was okay.
Yeah.
Harry Woody for Woody Harrelson.
I got a wood on.
Do you want to do any like
Well, I still gotta do my number one.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
shit.
is number 1.
I thought that was number 1.
Number 1 for MussKeg. Avengers Infinity War.
And it was my number
Oh,
one.
Infinity War,
It was,
okay.
it was easy my number one.
Yeah.
What more to say? Really good, epic scale. You know, you talk about how it's long. They could make all those fucking movies 3 hours long.
absolutely.
That'd be totally fine.
I want more in these movies.
Yeah.
As long as it's a good story, and MCU is,
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. Right now, I'm going to say I prefer it to be like, make the longest ones a team-up ones, because you need it.
I know that you two don't agree on this, but as far as the Avengers movies goes, so there's been 3 Avengers movies technically.
Yeah,
You know,
well-
some have been rebranded as Civil War.
Is it 3
But
or is
let's-
it 2.5?
Let's count, 3 movies that have been
Yeah.
released.
Yes, full movie.
Of the 3, this one
Yeah.
for me is still my number 2. I still like the first Avengers more, just because it was just so new and fresh.
Okay. It's the first time they brought like a big amalgam of characters like that.
Yeah.
Any honorable mentions you guys have? I guess we'll start with you
Absolutely.
first.
I know you don't give a shit, but I really loved Ready Player One.
Oh.
That movie, I just watched it yesterday again. I really love that movie. Just the idea that you can go into this virtual world and it's like a Charlie in a Chocolate Factory sort of story. Like this old man died and he left like 3 keys to find like this big Easter egg, and whoever gets it earns the fortune. Like now like owns this big virtual world, Oasis.
Yeah.
I love that movie. And then 2 other movies that I saw which weren't even on my radar at all were A Quiet Place. I thought that movie was surprisingly well done. Like it was the tension in that movie for those characters. You were worried for them. You weren't scared yourself, but you're like, the theater was so quiet. Like you didn't even want to eat your popcorn. It was just dead silent. And then like these creatures would be slowly coming up. You're like, holy crap! Like if they make a noise, they're fucking dead.
Did Jim prank those monsters?
Yeah, he did.
But then they could do a cutaway to them, just
He put their staplers in Jello.
doing a document.
And what's your second?
And then my other one was Bad Times at the El Royale. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, I want to see that. That's the one
I've
where
heard
they're
of it.
old. That just came out.
It
right?
came out a couple months, about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it's the one with like
Or a few-
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
and all those-
Hemsworth.
It
Yeah.
looked really good.
Jeff Bridges, John Hamm.
I can't think of it now.
Yeah,
I think all the actors now.
Looked
But
really good.
It's got there's this hotel. It's set on the border between L.A. and
Las
Nevada.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Nevada.
California and Nevada.
Yeah, California, Nevada. Sorry.
Yeah.
And like all these strangers come to just show up this one night, and they're all have this backstory that you have no idea,
Yeah.
and you're learning their backstory throughout the movie, and it's like it's set in chapters, kind of like a Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
movie.
it's probably like the Hateful Eight or something.
It's
like that.
similar to that type of movie, and it was fun. Like it was every character was just fun to watch their story unfold.
I do want to see it. I do really want to see that. It's just
And it all come to like a head at the end. It was really cool.
I have to say, like I saw the trailers for it, and that really turned me off. Like just how the trailers were done. There was like 4 little trailers in between all the other trailers in a movie I was trying to watch. I was like, why don't you just put one big trailer together? That turned me off.
I didn't have that. I never seen like the broken up trailers.
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh.
Like they would show like Chris Hemsworth, his like a little bit of his
That must
character,
be the
then John Hamm.
because there was a regular trailer.
Yeah.
There was a regular one.
And then what you said about the Hateful Eight, that turned me off of it too.
Well, I know you're not a Tarantino fan, but I know he is.
I mean, I like
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
I
Reservoir
don't know,
Dogs.
I haven't seen Reservoir
Like
Dogs.
Inglourious Bastards.
No, I hated that one.
Okay.
Anyways,
I know. I figured you would love it because I love that movie. It was great.
I don't have a whole lot to add for honorable mentions because I didn't really see a whole lot. I mean, I think Tomb Raider was this year, or was that?
Wait, where was your Predator movie?
Oh man, that's not an honorable
I
mention.
thought that was on your list though.
No, it wasn't.
No.
I remember you mentioning it.
I mentioned it maybe as an honorable for the year.
I know you didn't like it.
No,
I remember
that's
you mentioning
one
it.
of the worst movies I've ever seen. It feels like they just had they cut all the shit up and it makes a lot of it makes no sense and they just threw it together to get it out in the theaters. But I'm not wasting my time talking about it.
Yeah. Okay.
We are filming this a little bit earlier, so I'm going to say I do want to see. I think Welcome to Marwen, or is it maybe just Marwen that has to come out yet?
Is that the one with Steve
Carell.
Carell?
Oh, okay.
I'm interested in that.
Basically gets beat up by Nazis and
then he
goes
has
through post-traumatic stress and
Exactly.
he uses this made-up world.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Yeah,
That looks interesting.
maybe we'll talk about it. Or maybe I'll bring it up somehow in the new year. It's like a movie I've seen.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find Can You Ever Forgive Me, which is Melissa McCarthy, who I don't actually like.
It's more of an indie film.
When I could not find it. It is out. I looked and I tried and I tried. Can't find it.
And there's one that hasn't come out just yet either. I know Holmes and Watson. I think we were all kind of anticipating.
Oh, okay. I didn't
I don't think that's even coming out till next year.
No, I think it comes out
Oh.
like Christmas. I
Oh,
think
does it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I believe so. So we're not quite at Christmas
Okay.
when we're recording this.
My other one I'll save for our year in preview. I think it's
Okay.
next year. Any honorable mentions there?
You know, so honestly, all the movies that I mentioned
Are the ones
are the ones I saw
Oh, you
this
saw.
year. There was
Okay.
only one other movie I saw this year, Annihilation, which was from the guy Alex Garland who did Ex Machina.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I actually really was excited for it,
I was too.
and it was absolutely shit.
So is it Natalie
It was
Portman?
weird.
Yeah,
it was
it
weird.
didn't make sense.
It never, and it, you know, I can get a movie that maybe has all this hidden stuff or secrets that are good,
Yeah.
but they don't even feel like they really got revealed. in the
The
end.
ending, like
Like everything
what
was
the
just
fuck?
assumed. Yeah.
with that, like what?
The faceless thing.
Yeah, and
I
then
mean,
they
I knew
turned
what
into her,
I knew
like-
what it was, It was basically like an alien race that copied people.
Yeah, I know,
but
but it didn't explain
they couldn't
enough at all.
survive on the outside world. But
The one take back I would say from that movie was cool was that freaky bear with like no face.
Yeah,
And it like mimicked the people.
Mimicked the
that
voice of
screaming.
them, yeah.
That was terrifying. That was like the one thing that was good about that movie though.
Yeah, I could say that. I mean, good cast. I thought the cast.
I had high hopes for that.
The girls-
I saw the preview. Like, that's kind of cool.
I don't think the
That
acting was
shimmer-
bad. The acting, I
No.
think, was good too. Just
Just
a
the
weird story.
Just
Especially,
story.
did you see Ex Machina? Did either?
Yeah,
of you
oh
see
yeah.
it? That was an awesome movie, so I had high hopes anyways. But yeah, so it's the show.
That's going to wrap up our movies for 2018. We do have games. We're probably going to do that in a second.
We'll do a separate segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a like, follow, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
You can follow MussKeg at.
PSN, Twitch, and Twitter. I got it right this time as MussKeg.
I am on Twitch as the LewisLightning and recently got a Xbox 360, which I know I'm way behind. LewisLightning 1, you can follow me on that.
Welcome to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
LewisLightning 1?
Yeah.
That someone took LewisLightning! Who wouldn't want to be me, right? And CountryBoy can be found at.
CountryBoy_9 at PSN, Twitch, and Twitter.
So check out the second part of our year in review for the games we're getting to.
Awesome.
Meaty.